My name is Lebo. I'm from Soweto. I'm a member of Soweto on Food Experiences, a storyteller and a tour guide.
100%. Appreciate you, brother.
Danko.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Before democracy, we had a lot of oppression, suppression from the white people, and that is why he died, because of children were also protesting, saying that we don't want to be receiving British education, don't want to receive African education. So his name is Hector Pieterson. This is a Hector Pieterson Memorial Square. That is a museum that has more in-depth stories. The Memorial Square, where the elderly person is making a garden, maintaining a confrontation line, which is a line that is leading us to where children were confronted by armed police in Soweto, yes, on the 16th of June in year 1976. That is 49 years ago. The children, after apartheid was made a law, the Afrikaner from the Dutch community created a language that is currently called Afrikaans. So, which was the only language that we had to speak as native, as black or as British. But does it mean that we exist as black? No more. We wipe away the dignity, identities of people through a language. So children that were young as 8 years old to the 22 years old embarked on a peaceful protest to say we don't want Afrikaans, we want English, because at least it's a language that you can speak when you get out of South Africa. So when the police heard about that protest, they confronted the children and they came with guns, taking canisters.
Your ages.
And that's how they started to shoot children, and that is how he died. The picture is an evidence of him losing his life on the 16th of June 1976. The police continued to shoot more children, about 23 in that day. He's the famous Hector because of the only photograph that was captured. You know, we could not tell easy stories because of we'll be black, and we need to silence the media companies so that people are not aware of what was happening, because the oppressors were receiving funds saying that we are developing South Africa through these things, and lots of funds were coming from international countries. So when this picture was taken, it was calling for help, saying we are South Africans, we are no longer swimming, we are drowning. You know, when you only wave your hand. Yeah. So that was how in 1980s actually we got attention from the world. So this is very important in the history because of it's the turning point, and it was only children that were reliable to make South Africa to a better state. I would say because of leaders were already in prison, different prisons, Robben Island, Constitutional Hill, Pretoria prison. Some were also killed in between the protest, just like one of the infamous freedom fighters who's called Bantu Stephen Biko. He's not really that credited because of the ideology is a threat to the minority. He says if you are black, you should be proud, be bold, don't feel inferior, and it's okay to die for an idea that will live, that to live for an idea that is dead. So he was the one that was actually influencing the children, killed at age 33 on the 7th of September 1977. The oldest student political leader was 22 years old, Solomon Mahlangu. There are roads named after him. Even today they were talking about him just on the radio topics. He said, I quote, "I have already made peace, which is about what will happen. Please tell my brothers and sisters that my blood will plant the trees that will nourish fruits of freedom." The youngest was an 8-year-old girl. Her name was Tina Ndlovu. We say be careful of what you choose to name your child, because children follow the meaning of the names. They also say be careful what you do in front of the children, because their eyes are like a sponge. So Tina Ndlovu was an 8-year-old child who have been seeing and was exposed to a lot of protests happening in the townships. One day during the protest, going to school, she did this sign. We all relate to the Black Lives Matter. And then that is what made the police kill an 8-year-old child.
And when was that?
It's 1976. So that's Hector Pieterson. That's the sister of Hector Pieterson, who's fortunately alive. That is a brother from another mother. He could not leave him dead, so he thought he's alive, running with him to the nearest clinic, and that is, unfortunately, it was too late. So that gentleman feared for his life. He ran away because he thought police could want him and ask for questioning. And then there's water next to the picture, symbolizes the bloodshed. It flows down, symbolizes the tears of both parents and children. My friend was telling me about this here.
Okay.
His name is Chico.
Chico in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabanani. What's up? Yeah, boy.
So Chico and I used to work together as tour guides at Lebo Soweto's backpackers.
Okay.
When COVID came, we all have to be creative and started entrepreneurship. So it's to more storytelling via a lens, supporting the stories via verbal. It makes also a complete tour.
100%.
So we're trying to also partner together now.
Definitely.
Had to stop the tears, y'all know. I'm connected. Had to stop the tears.
Yeah, it was deep already. It was heavy, man.
Yes,
That was heavy already.
This is one of the first pieces of history
Mm-hmm.
that we reacted to about South Africa on our reaction channel. So Daniel's messing with the water, which symbolizes the blood.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get y'all a closer image of this, man. This is the real deal right here. And then you got the water. I know. Yeah, they cut up on that picture. They did real good too. So far, Maya, is this a lot to take in, or you okay? Can you handle it?
I'm okay.
A child as young as you.
Yeah, real talk.
The Rock.
Come here, we're gonna go check out the rock real quick.
The Memorial Museum garden and surround is protected by the South African Heritage Resources. Oh, the kids speaking in their language. On the 16th of June, 1976, he just said all this stuff.
He actually did, you know what I'm saying? He was very detailed. I feel like he didn't miss a beat.
And on that day, in this vicinity, about 15,000 school children gathered to protest against the introduction of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction, as the students marched peacefully to present a memorandum at the Orlando police station. Armed police confronted them with gunfire.
They was marching peacefully.
Peacefully. Are you catching this? Okay. Anguish and sacrifice of the school children is epitomized in Mbuzi. Ooh, I'm butchered that name. Who on this site?
Uh-oh.
16th of June.
Maya said, where is that? Point it out to him. Put it out to him.
Say it, man. Let me find out you secretly.
Hey, that boy knows something, bro. He knows something. So one thing I do remember, whenever we was doing reactions of the history, it was a lot to take in. First off, you know, firsthand learning about it with you all on a reaction channel, and now being able to see it here. So I'm hopefully this isn't too, you know, heavy and whatnot. But just alone the fact that it was all pushed here in Soweto, and it was able to still represent their history the way they are doing so till this day, it speaks so much volumes because the babies, I just saw children taking pictures of with the memorials, and you know what I'm saying, as they walking to and fro to their homes and getting where they got to get, they're surrounded by their truth. And I think that's such a great representation to have for them, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people of Soweto for doing it big when they're holding it down, 100%.
Yeah, we never cut his hair.
So Soweto is a combination of 31 neighborhoods, South Western Townships, Soweto. When you want to move around, you use signs. This is for Johannesburg. The taxi is just stopped. This is for local, Orlando West, Orlando East. So that's a public transport. That is what we call black economy, proudly.
Yes, sir.
Informal, but it's okay because every day we have cash on the hands, especially the owners. We don't rely with partnerships from apps like Uber.
Not in Soweto.
Like Bolt.
Taxis.
Yeah, taxis mostly. Yeah. If you go out of Soweto and then it's late, you want to be in Joburg, that's when you are forced to use an Uber. But for us, we all move like this. We also have trains and we also have public buses.
What you eating, baby girl?
Cookies.
What kind of cookies that is? Show them for one time, see? Them toppers.
It's still a holiday, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's an extended holiday because the holiday was on a Sunday.
Oh,
so we all know that when there's holiday, there's
uncovered.
So it's better to just give workers a holiday because if you don't, they'll make a holiday eventually.
Right.
Yeah, they won't go to work. Some say they were leaving the shoes. The names of the schools are written in a red color, symbolic to blood, you know. This wall was done in 2016, which was a few years back, when 1976 was celebrating 40 years anniversary. 2016, we had another protest. It was a student protest, but this time it was university students.
Oh, the school fees.
The school fees must fall. So that protest was kind of a reminder of what happened just right here. And that is why this painting was done, as a reminder.
He said the shoes symbolize that someone sells weed here.
Whoa, on the power line?
When they have on the power line, it's usually not just any shoe, specifically an old Chuck Taylor.
The old Chuck Taylor, the Converse. Are we talking about Snoop Dogg here? Are we talking about Snoop D-O-double-G?
Yeah.
So you telling me, say, if you used to see that, that means he's the guy on the block with it?
Yes.
He's the main guy?
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Gotcha.
Look at the shoes. You stand in a corner for a while, up until you see someone that could be, you know. My friend, one pack, 10 rand.
See, I had to. I was taking the Uber the other day, and I had a culture shock with my Uber driver. We was up there having an exchange of words, and he kept putting the light on because he had to look at his phone, and it was dark outside. And I had to tell him because the cops was passing. Back in my hood, when you have the light on inside the car and you inside of it, and the cops was passing back and forth, they may think you're selling weed or doing an exchange of drugs. So I had to explain that to him, and he was like, "Oh, you're fine here. You're fine." I was like, "No, I get it, but I just want you to get on with the program about why I keep turning it off because it's a habit, you know."
Yeah. Why is not the same wherever you go? Yeah, things are not the same wherever you go. Sometimes you can do the same thing. This side is good, the other side is bad. It's like a sign language, you know. Some sign languages could mean something else. For example, I don't know where these tourists were from, but this is not a good sign somewhere. Because I was saying the taxi is full because of the minibus taxi.
That's what that means, it's full.
Yeah, it's full. It has a lot of passengers, so there's not enough space. Like, never do that sign again.
Yeah, we've learned that some hand signals is just a no-go.
Yeah,
just don't do certain hand signals.
Are these school children? Everybody is in outside?
Uniform, yes.
Okay.
School children.
They got out early?
But they didn't even go to school like the ordinary school. It's an extra school.
Oh.
So it was about maybe 2 hours if they went to school because of it's still a holiday.
Gotcha.
There could be certain children for a specific subject that is usually challenging than other subjects. That's usually science and maths.
Okay, so like supplemental.
Yeah, supplemental school.
Okay.
Girl, you going off on them cookies, huh? You gonna share with me? Can I have one?
Sure.
Can I have one? No, I'm okay, baby. Thank you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Eat your cookie.
This community was built by the British mayor. The name was Mr. Orlando Ep23. Okay. So in Florida, you have Orlando Stadium.
Right.
We also have Orlando Stadium because of his name, which is Orlando. So those houses that he built for the government workers were called a matchbox house. A matchbox house is a red brick house that has a long base and a short house and a short height.
Okay.
That house.
Oh, it's like that.
So many houses have changed their shapes and forms, but nowadays since 1994. The first point of freedom made us to have full ownership of the house that was passed from Mandela to the person that's staying there, that he or she now has a title deed. So it's the pride and honor, like finally I can do as I please. So the first few rents you are able to acquire, you develop your house from that to this. Most people just start with the wall first, and then the wall makes it cool. You don't need to see what's happening on the inside.
Right.
It's like first impressions last, you know.
Right.
And the wall is not for hiding anything because of you don't have much to hide. The wall is about knowing that I didn't have a house with a wall under apartheid government, and now I have a house with a wall, because when you go to Sentin, Rosebank, white people have big houses with huge walls.
Yeah.
So we are trying to imitate that style, even though we cannot afford.
We had to learn from our process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People pay the rent in these houses for about 75 years.
Oh,
You could not own a house.
even today?
Today they own them, but under apartheid you could not own it.
Oh.
You had to live with a parent for 75 years. Up until it was past 75 years, then you can have full ownership.
75 years.
No one actually owned the house, because you know what they did?
Exactly.
When you died at age 60, they don't say the one that's gonna continue the title deed is going to continue from 60 to 61. They started from 1. And then it was how the systemic deprivation of house ownership. Yes. To say if walls could talk, they tell the stories, but we also put some murals to support the stories. So that is a police vehicle of in the township, and that is a mother.
Oh, I see.
It's not just a painting. It's a story that is saying some homes were raided.
Oh.
So police will drive around the community, patrolling and looking for a pass law, which was like a form of identification that a black person had to carry every time around the neck, like a necklace. If you didn't carry that book, you were put into prison. But as women also, they had to brew umboti, which is a traditional beer, to take their children to school if they're not employed. So those kind of alcohol consumption and selling under one of the apartheid laws, which was passed in 1961, was illegal. So police did house raiding, arresting women. So that's what that picture literally means. The name of the police vehicle is called Kwela Kwela.
Kwela Kwela.
When I was about your age, my grandmother raised me without my both parents in a community called Soweto. I attended school, primary and secondary school, all my life here. So grandmothers, with the amount of love and care, they wake up earlier than us. They will boil your water because you don't have showers.
Well, we know about some boiling water, huh?
Boil the water there. While the water is boiling, you are bathing. The grandmother is still cooking soft porridge.
Yeah.
And make sure that when you are done and getting ready to dress, you will be now ready for the meal. There's this song that she always sang. I didn't understand it back then. In the morning, like it's a hymn. It says, Kwela kwela, kwela kwela mama, kwela kwela mama, Kwela kwela, kwela kwela mama, kwela kwela mama. So it's a jazz song from one of our jazz musicians known as Hugh Masekela. Kwela kwela means right. That meant that when you saw a police vehicle in Soweto, for one reason or the other, you will be likely to write. That means you are arrested for one reason or the other. So that's what the song actually means. Kwela kwela means right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, brother. Louisiana, the States.
That's a song for
Hey. Yeah. Cut up. Man.
Welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to Soweto, welcome to the family for followers, welcome to Mandela, welcome to Mandela, Sholoza, Ula Sotawa, Stimela, Spuma, Mandela, welcome to Mandela, welcome to Soweto, welcome to West, welcome.
Show them your girl, man. Show them the teeth, man. Show them the teeth. Tell them stop playing, man. How old are you, bro?
16.
16.
Yeah, 16.
What about you, man? How old are you?
15.
15. What's your names?
Sia.
Mangoba.
Mangoba.
My mans. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the love.
Look back into the confrontation corner. Also, musically speaking, in 1891, Enoch Sontonga composed a song. That is a prayer song, form of meditation. It says, Nkosi Sikelela i-Africa. Simply means God bless Africa. Because Africa has always suffered under colonization. That song was now adopted by major political parties that were banned in the 1950s till 1960s. So if you were found singing this song, it meant that you were against the laws of the state. And guess what? Which song children they were singing when they were here in 1976? It's Nkosi Sikelela. And that's one of the reasons that the police were shooting.
That's wild.
It's a very peaceful song. It doesn't say we are fighting, we hate white people. It simply says, Africa, Maluphakamisu Pondolwayo, Israeli thandazo yethu, sikelela thina lusapho lwayo. The arms were up when they sing that song, and then the police released the dogs. They threw tear gas canisters, and then they started shooting. Hector Pieterson was shot on the opposite corner. The song I sang earlier on is now the national anthem of South Africa.
Wow. We went straight to the top.
This is students again.
Yes.
Looks like that's a man holding a dog.
It is. And this is the baby singing. This is so hard, man. And what I love about it is that they wake up every day around the truth. There's no sugarcoating it. You know what I'm saying? It's not hitting in the book. It's like, it's here.
A lot of times when we would discuss, when we were learning South African history online, some of the youth, South African youth, would tell us that they didn't know certain things that we were sharing. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I didn't know certain things until I was a tour guide.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So why do you think they hide it from the history in school?
That's a global term or a global statement, not or something that's global. You know, the only way we can always control people is by controlling the education they receive.
Definitely. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Just don't
A
run.
lot of bees.
So that's the reason. History is a form of highlightment, and when you are highlighted, you are empowered. So the fear of us not to be empowered makes them to hide our history from us. The children were shot. It was this corner. That is where we have the actual name in between of Hector, which is Zolile, his real name. Children feared to lose privileges from the government. That made them to change names so that they can sound white, but it was never really a white person. He only wanted a white name because of he wanted a better education. So he changed from Zolile Pito to Hector Pieterson, as he died on the age 12, short where exactly this tree is planted. The name of the tree is a symbol of peace. It's known as a dry wild olive tree. Many of these trees also are planted at the Hector Pieterson Memorial Square. And as a peaceful country, we love those who hated us. Mandela said no one was born hating a person because of skin color, background, religion, education. If people are taught how to hate, they should be taught how to love. The school here is Orlando West High School. The sister of Hector Pieterson was one of the scholars. When the picture was taken, she was 16 years old in 1976. Seth Mazibuko was a scholar here, the youngest student activist who was arrested for 11 months in Robben Island. 2 weeks back, he was called for a radio interview at a radio station called SAFM. It's normally a talk show radio station. He said, I quote, "Freedom is not an event, it's a process." Because most of us are still questioning what freedom means in 31 years after what people went through for the past 70 years of oppression.
You know what you so happy, who to tell, who see this so hey, man, who's to? I didn't know Mama Somlada, how I never blacked. I'm not 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 Mama Somlada, how I never blacked.
I like the caption, real people, real soul, real television.
Real people, real soul, real television.
That's what it's all about, as Soweto ABROAD.
You want daddy to hold you?
I can. Come on, woman, hold you.
I can make fun of you.
Here they are still making the painting, and then if you see the painting now in the towers, it doesn't look the one that they're still making. So I personally admire this one because of back in the days, it was an art depiction about the everyday life of Soweto. But over the years, the towers were used for commercial advertisement. So they've advertised a beer before. Now they advertise toiletry, Vaseline and Shield deodorant. We are now in the famous Vilakazi Street. It's named after the first black person to receive a PhD in linguistics. His name was Wallet Benedict Vilakazi, who was a scholar at the Wits University, which is in Johannesburg, where people even like Mandela studied law but never finished. So that's the person the street is named after. It's also famous because of Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu happened coincidentally to stay in the same street, and they become the Nobel Prize Award winners. Desmond Tutu received it in 1984, Nelson Mandela in 1993. Desmond Tutu was a prayer warrior. He said in 1988, when he was praying, that this is the last birthday Mandela will be celebrating in Robben Island. That was on the 18th of July, 1988. 2 years later, Mandela was released on the 11th of February 1990. He came back to this street. He stayed in this house that is now a museum for 11 days. And the house was made a museum in 2008. So we'll first see the house, but that's also going to allow us to connect the house of Winnie Mandela, because there's no hero without a heroine. And Winnie Mandela, as much as her story is not told that much, but she's done a lot for the country, which is sacrificed a lot. She suffered a lot. So for me, it's good to balance both stories.
That's good.
So first thing they did was to change the curriculum and make it to fit a black person, because of that's what they thought he or she deserves. What is that education? It's low, it's poor, it's not very progressive. It was called Bantu. But also the amount of money invested to a black child was only 42 rands, and then the amount invested to a white child was only 644 rands. So that would mean there was so much inequality in the education level. That's one of the reasons children protested. Afrikaans was just a cherry on top.
Right.
Hey, can I check off my head? Nice one. Thank you, brother.
Welcome to the actual house of Mandela. He stayed here for 16 years of his life. 16. Yeah. He was not born in Soweto. He was born in actually Eastern Cape. He's a Xhosa. So Xhosa is a language very interesting. You can say that's a statement. You can say you can say and those is how Xhosa is uniquely. He comes from a royal family where he was supposed to marry certain wife according to the traditional belief of coming from polygamous family, where his father was a chief. I think he had four sons and 4 wives. So in these 4 sons, Mandela was one of the prince who had to marry that wife, but he was against that rule, so he ran away when he was 21 years old. When he got to Johannesburg, he was introduced to politics by Walter Sisulu. He joined the African National Congress in 1943. The house was built in 1944 for the wife who was a nurse. Her name was Evelyn Tonkomase. They moved inside the house in 1945. They were married in 1946. They got married till 1956. That makes 10 years of their marriage, which was also affected by the raiding, the confrontation, the harassment, where she felt not peaceful. So there was nothing wrong in their relationship, but the apartheid affected their relationship. Mandela was avoiding that the thing can happen where the family is affected. So after giving birth to 2 of their daughters, Zinani, who was born in 1959, Zins, who was born in 1960, 1961, he was already traveling Africa. He formed a military movement called Umkhonto Wesizwe, which means the spear of the nation. He came back in 1962. There was a roadblock where they were looking for prominent freedom fighters that were supposed to be arrested. He was caught on that roadblock, then he was taken to Cosmo prison. He was a life sentence in 1964, where he became prisoner number 464. He was charged with a life sentence. The walls will be blacker more on the top edge. These are scars of petrol bombing. The house was put on fire twice. The house had an inside wall where Winnie Mandela had gunshots. She would take the children to hide on that inside wall just for safety. Police were shooting for no reason.
For no reason.
So there were days where children were never having parental care and guidance. They have arrested Winnie for 500 days in solitary confinement. And still, she had to leave and be banished out of Soweto in 1977 because as the only medical social worker in the country, she was also helping when they were shooting children. And then she was taking them to the nearest hospitals. So they thought Winnie is the ringleader. And when that happened, she was detained from this house to Free State Province in an area called Brantford. She was not able to visit Mandela whenever she wanted to. There were prison rules that she got. One of them was saying Mandela must be visited by Winnie Mandela once a year.
Once a year is crazy.
They had no privacy. There was always a police. Winnie Mandela had to say, if you are married to a freedom fighter, it's like you're a widow even if your husband is alive. That's a quote which is inside the museum today. We also have a musician that we should honor, known as Johnny Clegg. He was a white Zulu man. He got music to be played on the radio stations because of he got freedom of expression. But the radio regulators didn't hear what his music is actually saying because it was sang in Zulu.
I hear you.
In 1986, one of the famous songs from Johnny Clegg was simply asking, where is Mandela? Hasimbonanga, Hasibonangu Mandela tena, laphi khona. Where is he hiding? Something needs to happen. 1986, there was now the formation of the CODESA, which meant Confederation of a Democratic South Africa, which was one of the bodies that was meant to release one of the prisoners out of the prison, Robben Island. And it was Nelson Mandela who was released on the 11th of February 1990. He came to stay in this house and he only stayed 11 days.
Yeah, you see it? How y'all liking the weather so far?
It's hot.
This is hot? I'm enjoying it.
We ended up wearing tons of things that made us look like it's cold, but it's very hot.
It's very hot. Tell us, they say when y'all come here, man, bundle up. It's cold in Africa. They be having, I'm like, South Africa is cold right now?
But also, our weather is very confusing.
Up and down, up and down.
Yeah, up and
Yes, sir. Now I'm loving the heat, me. It's perfect. You tired of walking, big dog? You tired? You got your nice big 5 on your head. Shout out, shout out.
Oh no, you don't like hiking?
I just need to take my
Them boy getting hot, man.
I've been hot.
Them boy getting hot out here.
Tried to go through everything.
I'm actually warm at my shirt.
You look real comfortable, actually. You look real comfortable.
That's why he wanted that head.
Hey Dad, first time going on a hike. How does it feel?
Nah, I've been on hikes before.
What?
I like it.
Wait, you and Mom been on hikes before?
No, it's just me.
It's a very mini hike. You need to accommodate our little one, eh?
Yeah, she gonna be in my arms most likely.
That's a lot, Dad.
That's a lot of time. So, because of the government takes time to collect trash.
Takes time.
Yeah, in their people's homes. So when the trash bins are full, they choose to empty them out here.
I'd rather roll down here.
Roll, eh? Inside. That's a good transport method. See, that's how we do skating. All on a trash bag cut.
You skateboard?
Yes, I do.
Myra skateboard.
This is what I can tell.
Yeah, he skateboards.
Oh, we actually going up here?
Yeah, boy. You want me to hold you? You got to see? You want me to pick you up?
Let Daddy pick you up.
Let me pick you up.
Damn. Yo, you gave me a joke up there, yeah.
What do you
What do you say?
He says they look like toothpicks.
Oh, wow.
Yo, what
I
is-
didn't even notice
He gave me a
that.
joke up there, yeah.
Wait, Manny. What kind
Bro, this is real thorns though.
This is a thorn tree.
of... Oh, wow.
Man,
I wanna
it's like a
have,
cactus.
Like small quills that you cannot see, except like the.
Man, imagine, hey, so back in the day we had bushes, like when we was young, and we used to run around. Now, again, the thorns wasn't this big, but we would get pushed into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd get pushed into it.
Imagine getting pushed into that.
So someone has just a fence like this in a yard.
Imagine getting pushed into this.
Children love this fence. That's real Africa.
Daddy gonna hold you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold her. You wanna get up there? My wife.
Thought it was a figure of speech when he was saying hike. We really hiking.
Mama, you coming?
I'm coming, baby.
Oh.
MG. Baby, I am not fit for this.
No, we are coming this way. I just let them up.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I think they're trying to take your job now.
And I'm like, I'm not going there.
No, not happening.
Okay, boys. Be careful.
Oh my God!
Y'all deal with snakes around here?
They go to mother instinct.
No snakes. Okay.
You wanna go up there?
Girl.
I could take her real quick. Let me take her real quick. Hold on, let me put my head on. I need my hands.
The one that's like, girl.
Be careful.
This is fun for them.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Here, Myra.
Doesn't feel too dangerous.
You ready to go up there? You taking your elephant? Come, let's go.
No, Dad, you're not going up too high, bro.
No picnic. They doing too much. They love adventures.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, boys. My pants don't allow me.
My first time hiking, I
Yeah, I think a lot of people is like, "Ooh, go take C hiking." She's like, "I'm never gonna go hiking, y'all. Y'all can't make me go hiking."
Is this the Beverly Hills you were saying? Okay.
Oh yeah, the Beverly Hills, Soweto. Right, yeah.
No. No, mommy.
The hill in front of us is called Enoxontonga. That's where Enoxontonga wrote the first verse of our national anthem in 1891. It's similar to these peaceful and quiet hills. If you are not walking here, there's someone that is praying. There's someone that is doing spiritual connections. Some candles, will find them here, wax candles. When they burn some leftovers of incense that is used by traditional healers, and that is how we got our national anthem in the Enoxontonga Hill. And that is actually, that's where Soweto started, in an informal settlement.
I think we saw that on the way here.
Yeah, I'm actually stayed there.
Yeah, the shack.
Wait, that's the McDonald's stadium.
Dad,
What's up?
I finally found some cactus.
Oh no, that's some cactuses.
And then
100%.
after the stadium was an interesting hill. Can you see the yellow hill in color?
Yes.
The yellow is all the gold that was underneath the soil. And it was exposed by mine workers that were digging over the years, piling layer by layer. So to make the job easier, they said Siyimbube in a song in 1941. Bube, wembube, awembube, ay, wembube mama, ube, wembube, wembube, ay. That's the original version of Awemawe. Later to In the Jungle.
Right.
Yeah.
Mighty jungle.
That's our childhood right there.
Uh-huh.
Some similar.
Wait, you said In the Jungle?
You know
The
that song,
lion,
huh?
the lion sings tonight. That one.
Mom, my pants.
What's up?
What's wrong with your pants?
They have who attracted those. We call them blackjacks. They got you, my friend.
Thank goodness they ain't going through my pants.
Yeah, I saw it already.
It's on Mari's shirt too.
Sure.
Man, it should be in the shirt.
Dad!
Oh, it's on me. Oh, you been extra.
Y'all went up that, whatever it's called, the mountain.
How did you survive, Daniel?
Danny.
I got a lot of crystals. I'm gonna save them for my plush.
Nah, look, now you got it on you too.
And then Winnie Mandela's house is just around here. Where we have a lot of trees, they are kind of demarcating the house with a very tall wall. She was hiding from the police, the detainment orders, and the rules of apartheid. So her book is titled 491 Days. It's about Winnie Mandela, who got to be arrested for 500 days in solitary confinement. She wrote a book that made her to have a lot of money. Then she built her house. She came back to hide away from the police. This is where she moved to fetch Nelson Mandela and Robben Island.
Is this where she had the group of teenagers?
Yeah.
And she started putting the tires on the necks and things?
Necklacing.
Yeah.
Don't fight it, see. Accept it. Don't fight it. Just accept it.
I like nature where I can see everything.
Hey y'all, so if y'all notice, Daniel was so much more in tune with what's going on because he's in his he in his place.
This is element. Wait,
This is his element.
No. They don't know. Someone was here talking to his ancestors.
with the candles.
Yeah, so when you
Candle
light a
lit.
candle, it's a form of light and purity because the candle is white in color. So that's when you are attracting good lights.
Mama, be careful. She collected all the
Yes, sir, man. Just to tap in with y'all, bro. I really hope y'all enjoying the vlog, bro. Like, we really enjoying this experience in Soweto. Our tour guide is amazing. If you guys haven't had a chance to come and link with him and get this experience, please do. Believe me, it's a 10 out of 10. One of our supporters said I need to get 10 out of 10 on the shirt. I'm gonna need you to comment. I'm gonna have to send you one. 100%. Oh no, babe, looks vibranium. Vibranium.
Oh, the aloe vera.
Okay.
What?
Take a picture.
That's crazy huge.
And it looks so good.
Not the taste.
We put it on our skin.
Yeah, it's kind of like lotion.
I promise.
Now we're walking the streets of Beverly Hills of Soweto.
Beverly Hills.
We are.
Give it.
Come on, yeah.
Sometimes I need to say welcome to Soweto twice.
C'est à bon. You got it?
So here, I normally just walk up a bit for a better view of the towers. Let's just walk in this direction.
Don't lose that elephant, mama. Well, she got her shirt on something tight, huh? See?
She put it in the back of the seat.
But yeah, bro, it's nice out here. Right now, we by the Soweto Towers, man. It's so colorful. It's like, it's huge. Look at that.
The bungee jumping is the most famous one. Bungee jumping is 100 meters tall.
Bungee?
Yeah. 3.5 seconds drop from the top to the bottom.
Nah, I'm straight.
There's also viewing of Soweto where you can view that tower. In the tower, just view around. So this was a coal power structure that operated from 1957, giving electricity only for the city of Joburg, polluting Soweto till 1989. It was renovated towards the 2010 World Cup, which was 2008, just 2 years before we hosted the World Cup, as an adventure center, which was very good for tourism and is still good for the local and visitors. It's kind of our melting pot of interaction.
So when are the gates going to be open at?
The gates are always open. You go inside if you want to go do anything. But for most of us, we look at the visitors we have first before you go inside.
Yeah.
So I think we have the kind of visitors who are like me, who just love to run the town, you know. But yeah, we do go inside. There's an entrance fee now. That was a new change from 2022, I think. Yeah.
A lot of people must have was coming.
No, not much.
So make sure y'all go book with Lebo. We're gonna have all of his information in the description box below. He was a great tour guide. We felt very at home in Soweto. The people was nice. The people reminded us of back home. Y'all saw our children. They were very relaxed. Y'all know their personalities right now, so that is huge. So we are about to get back in our Uber, and that's the end of the tour. Had fun today. Hope y'all did too. Did you have fun today?
Come on, fam. Hey, it's close.
It's listening.
It's close.
Okay.
Hey, that's the one. It's hey, that's there.
No. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Guys, thank you, Travel Safe.